Hello, welcome to how to make a Second Life top using a preloaded template. I am known in Second Life as Nashma and I'm using Corel Paint Shop Pro Photo version XI. So let's begin. I have on my screen open our template top downloaded from Second Life, my fabric swatch that I'm going to be using for my top, and I have my guideline. Okay, as you can see here, I have saved my guideline as a template top. There's two ways you can do this. You can duplicate the layer by left click holding and dragging that to the work area, or you can simply go File, Save As, and that'll save your document. Now, from here, what we're going to do is make a new raster layer. Let's click OK. Then we're going to go to our flood fill bucket. Once that is up, we're going to make sure that our foreground and our background is a medium to light gray. And we're going to flood fill that layer. Okay. Now that we have that layer flood filled, we are going to go to Selections, load Save Selections, then load from Alpha Channel. As you can see here, my template tops shows up on the screen. That's which one you want. If it does not show up, feel free to press on this down arrow and it should show up that top. Okay, press load. As you can see with the marching ants, my outline is selected. Press delete. Now, as you can see here, our top is on our mannequin. Now, we're going to take the bottom layer, that's the layer that you have your guideline on, and push that all the way up to the top. Okay? Once it's on top, you want to go back to your second layer and go to your lighten and darken tool. Alright? Once you have that lighten and darken tool selected, I recommend a size between 30 to 60. This just gives you enough to work with. Okay? So play around, whichever is comfortable for you. We are going to start right at the breast area and highlight right under the boobies. So left click hold right under there. Do it for the other side. We're going to come down a little bit for the top on both sides. Then we're going to emphasize a little curve right there. I'm going to point out something, that the undo button is your friend. Do not be afraid of that little sir. It is there for you. Believe me. Now we're going to do a little shimmy on the stomach area. That just creates movement and texture for your highlighted surface. Moving on to your back, you're going to run a light pass right up the spine to emphasize that area. We're going to emphasize the shoulder by a little shadow here and the little sides with the little shadow. Okay? Now, take off the visibility of your guideline. Now we're going to work on those shadows in those curves. You may need to drop down the size of your brush depending on how big you have it. I'm going to drop mine down to a 40 and see how that looks. Now we're going to get there in those grooves here and just make a little pass there. That way they know it's a Also, we have a shoulder blade here on the back. So we're going to emphasize that shoulder blade right under here. Okay? Now we're going to highlight. If you need to, you can turn your visibility back on your guideline just so you'll get the area that you need for the boobies correct. So wherever you put shadow, you need to make sure you have just a little bit light in there so it'll be a little contrast. Okay? Remember, move back and forth just so you can see what you're doing and working on. Resizing your brush as you go to fit the sequence that you need. Alright, as you can see, looks like my 3-year-old daughter decided to go play with mommy crayons on her computer. Now we're going to make this look more like a top and less like a kindergarten scribbles. Go to your layer that you just got through highlighting. On your layer palette, you're going to see a lock. It's going to look like an open lock before you click it. After you click it, it's going to look like a gold locked. Okay? We're going to then go to Adjust, Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now, I tend to use between a 25 to a 35 brush, but feel free to use whichever is comfortable for you. Okay. Click OK on that. And we are done with the first part of your template top. Let's take a break and I will be back.